I should have done this a long time ago. These tires are freaking awesome. I sound like the freaking shredder right now. I'm gonna do the Vinny rating, 10 out of 10. That's what I give it. Now, the only other thing we have to see is if we lost range. All right, guys, in today's video, we're gonna be riding the Super 73 now that we got our new Shinko tires on there, the scooter tires. But I wanna say that I'm not done working on this Onyx. There's gonna be more videos coming up with it. Been wiring up some turn signals and stuff like that to this Onyx, front and back. I'm gonna get those done. Need to get the rear brake light working. Got a mirror on here, but that's gonna be a whole nother video. Let's get on this Super 73, and I really wanna see if our speed decreased because these tires are hella heavy. These tires are double the weight of the old ones. And I'm curious to see like how it's gonna ride, if there's gonna be any crazy vibration. So let's get out there and see. I'm sure the main question everybody wants to know is, do you lose speed by changing your tires to scooter tires? And we're about to find out right now. Oh man, it looks like I'm gonna have to take my little LED light off. Somehow it's rubbing the brakes. I don't want it cutting my brake line before we do this test. All right, let's get on the road. Let's see exactly how these feel. It looks like we lost 1 mile. Oh no, we're even hitting 50. We just hit 50. I'm not seeing any speed loss at all. Now, I will say I did notice that we did lose a little bit of torque, but definitely didn't lose like any speed like whatsoever. So definitely we lost some torque, but it's nice and smooth. It's gradual. It's not like it wants to pop a wheelie anymore. But I can't believe like we were still hitting 50. Right now we're hitting 48, 49, 50. That's cool, man. That's hella cool. I was hitting 50 all day long without putting these tires on here. And the fact that I can hit 50 still, I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy. I really thought we were gonna lose like a mile or like 2 miles an hour or so. That's dope. Hell yeah, I should have done this a long time ago. This is still gonna climb hills. It's still gonna get up where you need to if you're like in a hilly area. I'm mostly on flat ground, so I don't have to worry about like hills, but it's still gonna get up regardless. It just, you're gonna lose a little bit of torque because you're pulling more weight on the rotating mass. But I'm happy. I'm very happy. And these things are smooth. It actually feels like I put better suspension on this bike. Yeah, this thing is smooth. One thing I just noticed, braking with heavier tires is actually worse. It was a little bit more sketchier to brake, so you might want to prepare yourself depending on whatever brakes you have on the Super 73. I don't care if the Maguras, they're stock ones. Just know that they're gonna stop a little bit slower than you're used to. I just noticed that right now when I had to slow down. I was like, why am I not slowing down fast enough? So keep that in mind. But man, it changed the look of the bike. You guys have seen how these tires look. Everyone's been rocking them lately on the forums. I've been watching all the videos and all the people in Hawaii. So I was just over some random terrain over the freeway, and it didn't feel very comfortable because it had a bunch of lines in the road. And that actually felt a little sketchy. It felt like it was trying to like find a path or something like that to have so many lines. I've never felt that before on all my other tires. But you should definitely be able to put this bike sideways during turns and stuff like that without it slipping out. God, man. This thing's badass. Now the only other thing we have to see is if we lost range. That's another thing that's gonna come into play. I wouldn't be surprised. Rotating mass is a very, very huge thing on like a car or anything. Dude, we're in a neighborhood doing 50, well 49, but pretty much 50. Yeah, there we go. Oh man, that's great. Yeah, definitely lost some torque though, that's for sure. Definitely lost torque, and it's windy, so let me talk when I'm going the other way, because this is really bad right now. Oh, that's a cop. That's definitely a cop. All right, let's hit this little pothole that I always hit and see how it feels. Wow. I should have done this a long time ago. These tires are freaking awesome. I sound like the freaking shredder right now. If you guys know him, he has a YouTube page. The freaking shredder. Oh man, these feel so great. Now the front tire does have a little bit of a wobble to it. Nothing bad, but honestly, it's just because I gotta line the tire up a little tiny bit more. But wow, hands down, I can feel the grip going into the turn. Like wherever I'm at, like going into the turn, I don't feel the bike like adjusting whatsoever. The line that I'm taking is what the bike is holding. Now I'm not going around a turn going like 50 miles an hour, of course, but I can already tell a difference. I can tell a huge difference. Wow, man, you got so much grip. So much grip. And the best thing about it, when you're parked, this changes the whole dynamic of the look of the Super 73. I know they said that before, but that was like my favorite part about it before I even rode it, is like they just look so badass. Because you have all these like Super 73 bikes and they have all these crazy mods, and then they have the same stock tires and they just look the same. No one has like some crazy cool tires on their bikes, only like the high-end ones that people spend hella money. Well, obviously like mine too. But you can put these on your stock Super 73 rims, but keep in mind, these don't have torque to begin with. And I'm definitely gonna tell you right now that you're going to not be able to get up that hill as good as you were if you put these tires on. But if you don't live in a area with a bunch of hills, these are fantastic. Get these damn tires now. I'm not sponsored. I don't get paid. I will put a link in the description though. It'll be my affiliate code to Amazon. So if you guys do want to buy them, it'll help me out a little bit on my Amazon account. I get like a 1 or 2% commission or something if you buy them. Oh, there's a sheriff. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Should I catch up to the sheriff? Let's go! Let's go. Whee. Oh my God, this road that always used to be so bumpy on the bike lane over here, smooth, super smooth. Oh, we're catching up to the sheriff. He's right there. He can f us if he wants to. I didn't have time to catch up to him. Everyone's in the turn lane, or I would have kept going faster. Now, I'm still gonna be a little sketchy going around turns because I obviously don't want to slide the bike out anyway, but I feel so much more confident. Way more confident. All right, guys, we're at work. Now I gotta see if I can go find Vinny and Matt and get their opinion on how they like them. What up? Check out these tires. What? These tires on this bike.
Oh, wow.
They're rated for 112 miles an hour, so I should be fine now.
Wow. Those are just like motorcycle tires.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, man. I'm sure you feel a difference right away.
Oh, dude, like, yeah. I could probably turn this thing, like, to the side and it would still grip.
These will last a long time, too. A lot longer.
Yep. Yeah, and these were like 60 bucks a piece.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Did you install them?
Yeah, I installed them. The back, I kind of scratched the rim because it's bigger than the front one. It's actually only made for these wheels. And I made it fit, but I had to use 3 tire irons to get them on. And it chipped the paint because the tire was so strong going over. It wasn't my actual thing, it was a tire.
Well,
but
is it a show bike or is it a...
True, I got a Sharpie. Look, spilled it in. But I love them, dude. They're so comfortable now too. It's nice.
It is nice. It looks good too.
Yeah, it changed the whole look of the bike.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Later, man. Don't get robbed. Oh, shit, we're gone. Oh, there's a cart over here. Oh, my manager's not gonna be happy about that. Oh, dang. He's fast. He's fast. What day is it? Oh, it's the weekend. Yep, that's why. People trying to race. I think I have some highly illegal, straight up blue lights. All right, guys, so my top speed was 53.4 miles per hour going to work. My highest top speed ever on this bike with the stock tires was 54.7. So technically, if you really want to say, we technically lost 1 mile per hour. Not bad though, like not bad at all. I'll take it all day long. And I did 5.9 miles to where I'm at right now. I'm just gonna round it up to 6, and we're at 79 volts, which means we lost half a volt, because when I come to work at 6 miles, I'm at 79.5 volts. So we lost half a volt for adding these tires on for 6 miles. You guys can kind of do the calculation if you want, you know, if you kind of keep multiplying that, but roughly for 12 miles, you're gonna lose a volt, or let's just say like 10 or 11 miles, you know, somewhere around there, you're gonna lose an extra volt. So still good miles though, I'll give it that. I only have 144 miles on this bike so far. Another thing I'll say is that these tires are a lot quieter than the Badger tires. 100% quieter. Let me merge over. I'm only doing 45, 44 up this hill. It's still making it, but we lost a little bit of power torque-wise climbing. Got my blinkers going again. Gotta love it, man, gotta love it. So I was talking to the guy about the blinker setup, and I know we've talked about it in a few videos and all that stuff, but the guy was telling me after we talked that he's planning on making a cheap kit, because he used to have a cheap kit, but then he decided to make a nice higher end kit. And I told him, honestly, I would get a cheap kit for the people that don't want to pay $200 for these turn signals, and then have an expensive one. So have one that's maybe 115, 120 bucks, that has maybe a smaller battery pack, or maybe doesn't even come with a battery pack and it's just the one that wires up into the stock lighting system, because that's just a plug, a 3-way Y splitter. That should be easy enough. And then have one that comes with a battery pack and the Y splitter or something like that for 200 bucks, and it has better turn signals. Because I got cheap ass turn signals for my Onyx that I'm building for 16 bucks. So he could definitely make a kit, especially if he orders them from like Alibaba. I don't know. It was just something I told him, and he said he was really thinking about it. So I was like, cool, man. I just try to get my feedback, you know, on what I think people might like. And it's cool that people are kind of willing to take it in consideration, you know, even if they don't do it, you know. Everyone has their own like work ethic going, you know, like what works for them. I've had people try to tell me like how I need to do my YouTube videos and stuff, and I've taken some stuff into consideration. Other stuff I'm just like, no, like I know what kind of works for me. One person told me one time, they're like, hey, you should record the bike before you get on it, because we don't get to see what you're riding, because if we're not like a average subscriber that sees my videos every day, they don't know exactly what my bike looks like. And it's true. So you guys have probably seen that some of my videos before I start riding, I show the bike off on something we did to it or whatever, just so you guys can see exactly what the bike looks like for the new people that are joining the channel. And you guys that have stuck around as long as you've been subscribed, I did a little poll, I forget, I think the average was like 4 to 5 months, I think. But it's cool, you know, like you guys are sticking around watching the videos. These videos are long. Is my turn signal going? Yeah. One of my coworkers saw my video and was saying, he's like, you can't tell someone that how they drove and then the way I was driving my bike. I was like, I know, it's true. A lot of people know that I do these videos for like entertainment purposes, and I actually even put, that's a category that I put my videos in. I don't put it as vlogs, I put it in entertainment, because I'm just having fun, you know? I want to make things interesting. Like I want to be like, oh my god, this guy, that guy, or this person, like what the heck is this person doing? Because I got to make the videos interesting. Like it's too boring if you just ride and be like, hey, what's up guys? Like this is my day. So you see me, I'm like, oh, squirrel, like in the middle of my speech. Go bike, go. I love this bike, guys. It is like 10 times more comfortable, and I have these tires aired up. If I didn't mention, they're at 30 psi, and it says the max temperature, or the max psi for these tires is 33 psi cold. So I did 30 psi. I wanted to have a little bit of you know, cushion. So technically if I aired them up to 33, I might get a little bit of my range back. But I think comfort goes a long way too, especially when riding these bikes, because they're not a, whoa, you're on the other side of the road. You're on the other side of the road. See? This is a commentary I'm telling you guys. What the hell? My God. Equinox drivers, man. You guys are probably gonna ask me too if I'm using upgraded heavy duty tubes, and no, I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm using the standard tubes that come with the Super73 that actually go out to the angle, like the 90-degree angle to the side. I do want to get tubes that go straight like up. I do like airing these up because they go from the side. It makes it really easy. But I also want to put my lights on there, and I feel like the lighting would be so much better if they were going straight up. Oh my God. You know how bumpy that is every time I go over it? If you guys are new to the channel, that's the most bumpiest section I ever go over. That was so smooth. And if you guys have been on this channel, you already know. I always complain about that little little spot right there, not intersection. Man, taco trucks set up everywhere. I'm pedaling backwards because it's funny. Is this a cop? Is this a cop? No, we're good. 75.1 volts, and I have done almost 10 miles, 9.6 miles. It is going faster, but my range is always in the cold weather, like all the time, man, like all the time. You'll never get good range in cold weather. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. So can't really do a range test at night. I mean, I can always kind of base it off my other stuff, but I will say that we are losing more volts with these tires. I can guarantee that. I just don't know the actual like math yet, you know? These tires are awesome. It makes me feel like the Badger tires are ass, like straight up ass. This whole video is just me falling in love with these tires. This is one of the best mods I've ever done on my bike other than the 72 volt. Like, I can't explain it, guys. Now, if I was in LA with you guys or New York or whatever, I wouldn't mind letting people that are in the e-bikes and know how to ride like a Sur-Ron or Onyx or something like that. I wouldn't mind you guys riding this. I feel like I modify this bike too much to let just anybody get on the bike now. The good thing is I still have a thumb throttle over here, not a full throttle, so it's a lot easier for someone to kind of get used to it. Full throttle, someone that doesn't know what they're doing, they just pull it and they're just gonna keep going, they're gonna fall off the bike, you know, they're just gonna yank back. But you guys, I know you guys would know how to ride. I would let anyone ride this bike that knows what they're doing. I just wish I could let people around my area ride this bike, but I'm very worried if they've never been on a motorcycle or anything like that, because it's not like this thing is, oh my God, fast, you're gonna pop a wheelie. But I mean, if you do sit back far enough, you don't know what you're doing, your arms are like extended like this, yeah, you could. I just want to see more people on this, and I really want to get people's opinion. I was gonna let my buddy Michael ride it after I got off of work, but I was just worried because he's on the clock. I don't want to get us in trouble. I'd rather do it when we're off work, but I really want to get his opinion. But this was the first bike he ever rode, I think he said in like 10 or 15 years, and that was when it was stock and he was still kind of sketchy on it. So with this much power, I'd be a little bit more sketchy on you know, how he's gonna do with like 3 times as much power. Love these tires though. I'm gonna 100% 10 out of 10. I'm gonna do the Vinny rating. 10 out of 10. That's what I give it. The John rating. That's me. Vinny. The reason why I say that is because Vinny always gives ratings on my videos. He's like, Vinny gives it a 9 out of 10. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. These tires are a beast. A beast. So I'm already home, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate all the love and support you guys watching. We're gonna do a giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. I'll figure out how I'm gonna do it. I just don't know yet, but until then, peace out, guys. Love all of you. True MVPs. 53.4 miles per hour, 11.5 miles. It's roughly 12. I've looked on GPS maps, and we're at 74.2 volts, roughly. It says we went half down. I mean, I've been riding pretty hard, but 72 volts is half. And that means, I don't know, we'd probably get like 30 miles that way. Roughly, I'd say like 15 miles to half, the way we're riding right now with these tires.